Hey guys, Cyndi Williams here, the Wanderlust CEO. I have my good friend Kristen from Grape Soda Travel Co. I'm so excited. Kristen, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, we're celebrating because you just graduated Careers on Vacation. How does it feel?
Woo! It feels amazing. Amazing.
I love it. And you have one of the cutest brands, I think, this year. And of course, I'm partial because you know I love me, the Up movie, and you know I love me some grape soda and all things. So I just think you put together such a cute logo and brand package. And I know when you were in the mastermind, that was like, you had a lot of good choices to pick from, really, when it came down to those final candidates.
Yeah, I did. I did. The designers too that kind of came through and tried to bring that vision to life for me. They really brought it, and it made it very difficult to
To pick.
finalize
I remember
everything.
thinking, oh, this one's good. Oh, that's definitely it. And then I would look at the next one and go, oh, but that one's so good too. So
Mhm.
I
Yep.
love it. You guys definitely go follow Kristen, check out all of her stuff because she's doing some really fun stuff out there. But today we're talking about your journey, Kristen. So share with everyone, if you would, where you were before taking Careers on Vacation and where your beautiful company is now.
So there was no company before Careers on Vacation. Just a dream. My family loves to travel. We are very big into RV travel.
Mm.
Um, but if we do any destination travel, it's always Disney. And I am very used to putting together very large family trips whenever we go to Disney. For example, we're going this October, and I have extended cousins and my parents and just a huge group of people that we're going with this year. And I'm pretty much putting all the plans together, what park we're going to, what day. And so that's just kind of how it all started, really. Initially, I've been doing that for years and making reservations for friends and um, even down, dining reservations and what park to go to what day because of the crowds and, you know, uh,
You were doing all of the work without getting
pulling
paid.
plans. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
And so I stumbled upon Careers on Vacation, I believe, through YouTube and started watching your videos. And I was like, okay, if I had Careers on Vacation in my back pocket, I could probably do this. So I kind of jumped on board, and I'm I'm just so glad I did. I'm so glad I did. And now I have an LLC, and I have processes in place, and I have a full brand, and it's just incredible. Like, there's no way I could have done this on my own. No way.
I love it. You did so much in 12 weeks too. You really leaned into the program. I saw how hard you were working and it's so rewarding to watch you guys. Like that journey for me never gets tired to see you guys come in going, I have no idea what I'm doing. And then you leave going, I'm confident I have a certification and here's my beautiful travel business. That's just such like, I don't know. It's why I do what I do, but I love that. Talk to me a little bit about what your biggest wins or celebrations have been since taking the program.
So, probably my biggest win so far. I have been contacted by Florida Park Explorers Network, which is podcast and YouTube channel down in Florida, um, to do some sponsorships with them. So you may or may not hear like little commercials and stuff at the beginnings of some of their podcasts or some of their live streams. That's me.
That's so
And
great.
yeah. And two local golf courses reached out to me. They found me through Google, and they asked me if I wanted to be part of their marketing campaigns for the upcoming season. So, one of the golf courses, I have ads on the back of their scorecards, and the other golf course, I'm on their the main board that they have at the front of the golf course that shows all of the holes and where all the water hazards and stuff are. So they do the big advertisements around that. And so I'm on there. And then I was also approached by a local magazine out of Gettysburg. Yeah, to be a part of
Great.
their marketing as well. So
Oh my gosh.
it's been a wild ride. I definitely never imagined to be working with other businesses so fast,
Yeah.
I think. So
Things are taking off. All the confetti
they
is coming.
are.
I love
Yeah.
the first one you mentioned with the podcast and the YouTube because and the fact that they have the wilderness tie-in. I'm just thinking the wilderness. How does the thing go? The wilderness must be explored. Or the little thing they do with in the Up movie.
Uh-huh.
What a perfect in alignment fit for you, right?
Yes, yes. Yeah, that was really cool. And, you know, somebody that's so well known um and so connected to their guests and their fans. I was shocked. I was like, wow, okay, yeah, I'd love to be a part of that.
I love that. Well, and part of that is just that expert positioning, and that good branding package that you put together. Like if you do it in the right way where it makes a splash, people take note. And obviously they noticed that about you and kind of started you down this
Exactly.
journey. And also I do feel like whenever you're on the right life path, things kind of just unfold for you. It feels kind of effortless, right? So it just kind of is the universe reassuring you, like, yep, you made the right decision. And here's your reward for taking that big like leap forward and leaning into that goal that you had in the back of your mind. That's incredible. Kristen,
Yes.
that mindset work is one of the big pillars of our program. How did the mindset work impact you in either your life or business as you work through the program?
Mindset was huge. Mindset was really, really huge for me. It's funny because I was constantly doubting that taking on careers on vacation might not have been the perfect timing for me.
Mm.
We were in the process of learning about my father-in-law's cancer diagnosis,
Mm.
and I was on a weight loss journey, which can be stressful.
Yeah, for sure.
And my two nieces and my nephew had moved in with us for a period of months, the duration of the time I was in careers on vacation. So, really, the mindset work couldn't have come at a better time. It really couldn't have, because not only was it helping me get this business set up, and help me with my self-talk, but it was also keeping me in the right mindset to be supportive to others in my personal life as well. And I it makes me laugh because whenever I could feel something negative starting in my head, I could picture Brandon's face and I could hear his voice like, boo.
Boo, boo.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew it was, and it was like, it was an instant switch that got me back on track. And it
Yeah.
was like, get out of your head, Kristen. You can do this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the only person talking you out of it is you. So
Yeah.
stop. So it was imperative, and it was something I really didn't know I needed,
Mm-hmm.
and now realize it was everything.
Yeah.
It really
And
was.
thank you for sharing such a personal story because it's one of those things where, again, it's like you never know what's happening next week or next month. And, life is never promised. Nothing is ever promised. So, and when you
Mm-mm.
go through it's not just the big thing of having a business, but in your case, like you are becoming a matriarch probably to your niece and to your nephew. And, you're stepping into these roles and everything in your world is shifting. And sometimes that happens when you like go on a path and you start a new journey. But the fact that personal stuff kind of perked up, like that's why I always ask that question, because when I feel like, yes, you're going to get it for the price of admission for your business, but when it leaks over into your personal, like now you have those skills that no matter what kind of pops up, you have that toolbox now that, like you said, get out of your head, Kristen,
Yeah.
get out of your head, Cyndi. I do it too, right? Like when you go through big stuff where you feel that energy kind of, ooh, like that anxiety, right?
Oh,
Raising,
yeah.
and you can feel it. It's a physical thing that happens in your body. And so like for me, like I'm really good at mindset, right? Kind of like on the Brandon level, but when COVID happened, right, during 2020, it was constant coming up, push it down, coming up, push it down,
Mhm.
because I was going through a similar process where it was like, man, I have to, like, I'm supposed to be the one, people are looking to me to inspire and to, like, how do we get through this time? So that was my test, right? Even of years where I felt like I had mastered mindset. I was like, oh my God, let me get this toolbox open again. Remember? So I love that, because mindset is not something that you do once or you do once and get it. It's something that you have to, like, keep those skills fresh, and as long as you do, like, it becomes an asset for the rest of your life in terms of, just navigating things with ease and flow, and that whole thing. So thank you for sharing that, Kristen. That's really powerful.
Sure.
One of the things I've been asking recently is, a lot of people watch these case studies, and they're in that consideration phase. So I'd like to ask, now that you're on the other end of the program, you've been inside, you've been behind the curtain, you've seen everything that you get, in terms of curriculum, coaching, community that we deliver, what would you like people to know that maybe you wish you would have known, or now that you've been in the program, what would you like to tell people, like, oh, I didn't even realize I would get this, or, like, is there anything you want to share on that level now that you've been behind the curtain where people are so curious about?
Save yourself the time and the frustration of doing the research on your own and trying to do this whole business setup on your own. It's not worth the hassle, it's not worth the headache, and it's not worth the financial liability if you forget to do something
Mm,
that's super important. I didn't, thank God, because I had you guys in my back pocket.
yeah.
But I could see that as something that could really get somebody into hot water if they miss something really, really important. And I would just tell anybody who would be sitting on the fence or considering doing this, hop off on the right side
Yeah.
and do it, because to have a team literally helping you personally. I mean, yes, there's the weekly classes and things like that, but you really feel like you have a team personal to you, answering your questions, available pretty much at any time. And there's the hand, you get hand holding, the weekly curriculum. It's broken out step by step. It makes it so easy. You guys are so easy to learn from. It's not difficult. It There's no way, like I said earlier, there's no way I could have figured all this out just trying to wing it on my own. And the tips and the tricks and the recommendations, I mean, you've done all the research that says, watch out for this company, or here's the top ones you might want to work with, if you're going under a host. Here are here's the route to go if you want to get E&O insurance. I didn't even know what E&O insurance was. So again, if you don't want to get yourself in hot water, doing something like this is imperative. And I think if I hadn't, especially the marketing modules, those were key. And I think if I had not had that and understood how important marketing is, I probably wouldn't have been approached after graduating from the golf courses and the podcast and the magazine.
Mm-hmm.
That probably wouldn't have happened for me. And that probably would have limited me. And so, yeah, that's what I would tell anybody sitting on the fence is hop off the fence and hop off on the right side and get yourself a personalized team of people in your back pocket that are willing and waiting to help you be successful.
I love that. Yeah, and it's so much easier to just do it right from the beginning. And you're right, this industry is way more complicated than you think it is. Like, it's
Oh, yeah.
not just booking like a retail online. There's so much complexity in our
Mhm.
industry, and I always say the questions that you don't ask are the ones that will get you, the questions you don't even know to ask are the ones that will get you in the most trouble. Kind of like, you're like, what, wait, what's E&O insurance? There's a whole section on that, right? Because it's like, yeah, make sure you are prepared, you are protected from a liability perspective and all of those pieces. And there's 100 more things in the program of like, do this and don't do this and do this. And also I love what you mentioned about, because a lot of people think, you know, I'm going to sign up with a host and that's going to answer all of my problems. But the reality is it's, if you're with this one, you got to follow these rules. And if you're with this one, you got to follow these rules. We know all of that stuff. And there's systems that are way more simpler. And, you know, it's okay to do that in the interim, but still do it with Careers on Vacation in your back pocket, because when you are under someone, right, they have a set of goals and there's only so much training they can provide when they have thousands and thousands of people. Whereas we kind of handhold and go, yeah, but this is going to, when you graduate out of hosting, let me give you the scoop of how this is going to work. And you need to prepare for this. So developing those short and long-term plans, again, you wouldn't even know to ask that stuff had you not sat in class and probably saw people, because we have people, half of the people in the program are people that are already tried to do the DIY approach, and then they're like, still end up in our program, and they're like, oh, I should have just, then they got to, it's way harder, you guys, to undo all the stuff and then redo it. And there's tears and there's all kinds of stuff that happens with that piece or that decision. I get it. But it's one of those things where we're here when you're ready either way, but I think it's a good idea to take Kristen's advice for sure. But if you are thinking about Careers on Vacation, I want to encourage you to go over to our website. Just check out everything that's included in our mastermind. It really is a whopper of a program. It is a membership site where you get self-paced content that we update on a regular basis. So even though Kristen's graduating, she knows she can count on us to keep that curriculum updated as long as we run this program. There's some of the amazing humans that you actually get to work with, real people that can help you. Imagine that. I know. So I know it's crazy, but we're one of the only ones in the industry actually doing that. And we'll be adding Kristen to our long list of case studies here, which we're so excited about. So visit us over at careersonvacation.com/ready now. The next thing that will happen is we will literally just set up a conversation with you to understand what your goals are. And if they are a match to work with us, we'll talk to you about how to apply for the program. And if not, we'll still wish you well and give you some advice. And our goal is always to be cheering and supporting for you wherever you are in your journey. But Kristen, thank you for being on the show today and sharing your amazing story. I love it. I hope I run into you at Disney so I can give you one of my grape soda pins, right?
That's right. 2 weeks in October. We'll be there.
I love it. I'm going to be just coming home, but don't worry. I have a house there now, so I'll be there going back and forth. You just let me know when you're there for sure. But congratulations again. We are your cheerleaders for life. I know you're not going far. You're going over to our grad group, but thank you for being on the show today. We're so excited for you.
Thank you.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, Cyndi Williams here. If you like that last video, make sure you check out all of the other content on our channel. And if you want to follow along and travel with me around the world and see how I run my amazing travel brands and get some great tips on how to grow your own, make sure you check out that other content. I'm going to drop a couple videos here. Click those links. I'll see you next time. Bye guys.